Hello all. Today we will discuss about some comparative rubrics like admonition, reprimand and reproach. We will see the minor differences in the meanings of these terms and the related rubrics to it in various repertories. So first is admonition. What is the meaning of admonition? Admonition is just a warning or a reminder or counsel, or you can say advice, friendly or very gentle criticism. These all are dictionary meanings. Admonition is warning against any fault or oversight. It's just a piece of advice, or we can say it's a polite reproof. Admonition is the act of cautioning or encouraging or reminding only. It is an earnest, friendly advice. So we can say admonition is just a cautioning or a warning to someone for their behavior, or advising them that if you don't maintain this behavior or if you don't do this, then these will be the consequences or this will be a punishment. For example, parents are saying to their child that you have to come home on time or else they will not open the door. Or teacher is saying to her students that you have to work really hard this time or else you will get failed. Or boss is saying to their employer that you have to complete this project or this work or assignment on time or else there will be no increment this time. So this is not actually scolding. This is not, you are not scolding or reprimanding anyone, but you are cautioning them. जैसे हिंदी में कहा जाता है चेतावनी देना, जैसे पेरेंट्स कह रहे हैं कि अगर आप टाइम से नहीं आए तो आपको हम दरवाजा नहीं खोलेंगे या घर नहीं आने देंगे या आपको इस तरह से पनिश किया जाएगा। तो अभी आप उनको डांट नहीं रहे हैं, लेकिन अभी आप उनको सिर्फ बता रहे हैं कि अगर ऐसा नहीं किया गया तो ऐसा हो सकता है। यू आर ओनली cautioning and warning them or giving them a very friendly advice. So it's a milder form of reprimanding, right? So the very related rubric to this admonition is the persons or patient which get offended easily. There is one more rubric which is offended easily, very similar to this. So the personalities which get offended very easily, they get very aggravated even by admonition also. So offended easily is very generalized rubric and very specific to warnings. If you're very sensitive to warnings and cautioning, then the rubric can be admonition aggravate. So other rubrics related to it and medicines for it are in complete repertory. We have rubric mind, admonition, aggravate. So in high grade, we have belladonna, calcarea, carcinosin, ignitia, calica, blyco, nux vomica, platina, and stannum. And in lower grade, we have aloes, argentum nitricum, we have china, midorinum, natramure, nitric acid, and staph. So admonition aggravate has again limited remedies, but if you see this rubric offended very easily or sensitive to trifles, we have much more remedies in it because they are these rubrics are very generalized and admonition aggravate is very specific. So in complete repertory, we have one more rubric related to admonition, which is mind, weeping, tearful mood from admonition. We have calcarea, calica, and lycopodium in high grade, and belladonna, carcinosin, china, ignitia, natramure, nitric acid, platinum staph in low grade. In Murphy repertory, we have one rubric like mind, admonition, aggravate, ailments form specifically in children. We have two remedies there, carcinosin and midorinum. There is another rubric in Murphy, mind, admonition, aggravate, ailments from kindly, from kind admonition से भी aggravation है. In high grade, we have belladonna, we have platina and stannum. And in lower grade, we have carcinosin, china, ignitia, and nux vomica. Then second rubric is reprimands. So reprimand is actually scolding someone. It is a severe or formal criticism. It means to speak in an angry and critical way to someone who has done something wrong or disobeyed an order. So reprimand is actual scolding or a formal or official scolding, whereas admonition is only a warning, a prior to something has happened, misbehavior has happened. This is only prior to it is admonition, and when some misbehavior or something wrong has happened, and then when you are scolding or reprimanding them, the term will be reprimands. So we will see the related rubrics to reprimand. In complete repertory, we have mind, sensitive, oversensitive to reprimands, criticism. In high grade, we have carcinosin, because carcinosin is again a very sensitive and very conscientious remedy. We have ignitia, very strong-willed, very diligent remedy. So they got affected by, they got sensitive towards reprimands. We have midorinum, again a very sensitive remedy, sensitive, very emotionally sensitive. And we have staph, again a diligent remedy. There is another rubric in complete repertory, which is mind, indifference, apathy, reprimands to all. There is indifference and apathy to all kind of reprimands. We have single remedy there in high grade. We have murk. Then we have mind, laughing after reprimands. In high grade, we have graphitis there. Then another rubric is eyes, dilatation, pupils, mydriasis after reprimand. In high grade, we have stramonium. Then stomach indigestion after reprimands. Cinna is there. Rectum, diarrhea after reprimand. Staph is there. Another complaint, last rubric, another complaint is cough, convulsive, spasmodic after reprimand. Moschus is there. So these all rubrics suggest the different complaints the person is or patient is getting after getting reprimanded. In Fatag repertory, we have general rubric, reprimands aggravate. In high grade, we have ignitia. Then in lower grade, we have colocynth, opium, and staph. In Murphy repertory, we have one rubric related to reprimand, like mind, anger, journal, temper, tantrums after reprimands. We have Camomilla cinna, and then we have Calcarea falls, ignitia, and atromio. This last rubric we have in Murphy repertory related to reprimanded is mind, striking, hitting behavior after reprimanded. Tuberculinum is there. Then, and the last term is reproach. Reproach is actually expression of disappointment or displeasure for conduct that is blameworthy or need of amendment. It means blaming someone or discredit, disapproval, or disgrace. It means to rebuke, criticize very sharply, expression of very strong disapproval. So we can say reproaching is kind of syphilitic rubric and it is of higher grade than reprimand. हिंदी में हम रिप्रोचिंग को कह सकते हैं जैसे किसी को दोषारोपण करना किसी के ऊपर, किसी का तिरस्कार करना या धिक्कारना या बहुत ज्यादा निंदा करना किसी की. This is reproaching. The various rubrics related to reproaching are: in complete repertory, we have rubric mind, ailments from aggravate. In high grade, we have ignitia, natromure, opium, angostura, belladonna, calcarea, carcinosin, camomilla, graphitis, calicab, lycopodium, midorinum, nux vomica, platina, stanomed, staph, and stramonium. There is another rubric which is mind, reproaches, ailment from aggravate, mental and emotional consequences. In this, we have in high grade ignitia, and somewhat lower grade, we have calcarea, graphitis, calicab, lycopodium, and platina. There is another rubric, mind, reproaches oneself, means the person is reproaching himself or herself. In high grade, we have aconite, we have arsenic, aurum, digitalis, hyoscyamus, ignitia, natromure, opium, pulsatilla, thuja. Then we have mind, insanity, madness, reproaches others. In high grade, a single remedy is there, which is lycopodium. So first three rubrics are which are sensitive to reproaches. कुछ उनको ailments आ रहे हैं, mental, emotionally affect हो रहे हैं reproaches से, या अपने आप को reproach करने की आदत है. मगर this rubric is insanity, madness, means the person has habit of reproaching others. The single remedy lycopodium is there. We have mind, weeping, tearful mood. After reproaches, we have platina, we have belladonna, calcarea, ignitia, calicab, natromure, nitric acid, and staph. In generalities, we got one rubric, convulsions, spasms from reproaches. The person got convulsive, we got spasms or seizures after reproaches. We have ignitia and opium, and agaricus present there. In Murphy repertory, we have mind, anger, journal from reproaches. In high grade, we got ignitia there. And in lower grade, we have lycopodium, staph, cadmium, chamomilla, colocin, crocus. Then in Murphy repertory, we have another rubric which is mind, delirium, journal, reproachful. Again, lycopodium is present there with hyoscyamus. We have one more rubric in Murphy like mind, delusions, journal, hallucinations, visions, reproach, has neglected duty and deserves. Means the person is getting hallucinations like he or she has neglected duties and now he deserves blames or reproaches. Single remedy there is aurum. Then in Murphy only we have mind, fear, phobias, journal, reproaches of. The person is fearful of reproaches. We have staph present there in high grade. In lower grade, we have capsicum, carcinosin, digitalis, lycopodium, and baryta. Then we have another rubric, jealousy, journal, quarrels, reproaches, scolds with. We have lachesis, nux vomica in high grade, and alcohol in lower grade. Then we have mind, reproaches, journal, himself, laughing at reproaches. We have just seen this rubric in reprimands also, laughing or laughing when reprimanded. We have graphitis. Again, in reproaches also, we have graphitis present there. So in Murphy, the last rubric we have on reproaches is dreams reproaching him. Single remedy, natrum mur is given. So these all are different rubrics related to these terms. So in case taking, we have to select appropriate and exact rubric what the personality is saying. Right? Thank you so much.